Alright, we are now live. Let me do some banners and some stuff. Welcome into the space. My name is Angel, and this is the Soul Healing Coach podcast. And I welcome you. We're looking forward to talking with Miss Kim Clora tonight from the Jacqueline Rogers Foundation. I am going to do some things on my end while y'all do some things on your end. Get settled, grab you a drink, and get started. Awesome. All right, there we go. Kim, you're back now. You say, girl, we lost you. Come on back to us. Come on back.
That's because my brother is calling me to tell me what's going on with that game.
Well, look. Okay, so let's do this. So this is the thing. So we always have a little bit of technical stuff that gets started at the beginning, which is okay. But I want you to, if you're on your phone, make sure you put it on Do Not Disturb. So if you're on an iPhone, just swipe it down at the top from the left, and you can click Do Not Disturb as your current focus. All right. All right, we're doing good. All right, there you go. We got people coming in. I'm going to also be able to see comments. Let's get us started on TikTok as well. So welcome into the space. My name is Angel, and I'm the Soul Healing Coach, and this is the Soul Healing Coach podcast, season 3. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't thank you for the applause. Listen, y'all, you know how you start something? We started this back, I think, in 2018, 2019. COVID hit, and then I just stopped everything. And so now we're just back to the point where I feel like I'm able to get back up and running. And so we have a double hitter for you tonight. We have Miss Kim Clora, who is the founder of the Jacqueline Rogers Foundation. She's going to tell us something about that. Kim is also a mom, a wife, and y'all, I believe she's a Gigi as well. I believe she's a grandma as well with several grandbabies. And we're looking forward to talking to us. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, we've been trying to get this going. We finally got it set up. And I'm going to see if I can do. There we go. That's bigger and better. So Kim, listen. So we're going to do some chit chat tonight. Do you have yourself something to drink on, sip on? I know. Let's talk about, first of all, this Dallas Cowboys game. We're both Dallas Cowboy fans. I watched part of it at Dave & Buster's, and then I left. So talk to me about what happened and what's the ending.
So I don't know what the ending is.
Okay.
But when I came back here, it was 34-10.
Okay.
It's bad.
Oh.
However, there is still hope. I'm holding on.
Oh my gosh. Well, listen,
irregardless, Cowboys fan to the day I die. Period.
Listen, and that's what people don't get. They're like, okay, so who you rooting for this year? Okay, so what's on the agenda for this year? And I'm like, honey, I'm going to be a Dallas Cowboy girl. I'm going to wear the silver and the white and the blue, and there's nothing that's going to change. Nothing. Whether they win, lose, or draw.
And guess what I'm going to have on tomorrow? My jersey.
Oh my gosh. So if y'all are just coming in, welcome. We got a lot of folks in here. Darlene Smith says, sorry, the Cowboy fans lost. Joy Clark says, hey, y'all. Hey, she says, hey, Kim. Welcome into the space. And so it looks like these are some of your folks and some of your followers who are very dedicated to you and what you are doing. And we're so happy to have all these folks going. We are streaming live on the Soul Healing Coach Facebook page. We're also streaming live on YouTube. Y'all, we are streaming live on Instagram and over here to my right, TikTok, because StreamYard and TikTok don't want to work together or something is happening. So we can't do it all in one time. But Kim, I wanted you to be one of the first guests for season 3 because I've just kind of been standing on the sidelines, in the friend department, but yet kind of still observing, kind of watching you grow, morph, shape, work your ways through the crowd. I want you to tell us a little bit about who you are. Don't leave out who you are at home. And then tell us a little bit about what you have going on. And I'm going to mute myself while you kind of introduce yourself. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you. Well, I am Kim Rogers Clora. I am a mother. I am a wife. I am a grandmother. I am what is called a BB. They call me BB. I am the grandmother of 5 beautiful grandchildren, 3 boys and 2 girls. I am the founder of the Jacqueline Rogers Foundation and the owner of All Things Diva. Now, the Jacqueline Rogers Foundation, if you do not know, for those that do not know, it is a breast cancer awareness foundation that raises money for women right here in Horry and Georgetown counties. And that money is not tied to their treatment. They can use that money to meet their day-to-day needs, whatever that may be. Now, I am a sister as well. My sister's up here. And it's just an amazing thing that Angel has done to bring me to this stage. This friend of mine, we've been talking for a long time about doing something together, and here it is. And I just want to thank you because you have been one of my biggest encouragers of just getting out there and doing. I want to thank you.
You are so welcome. And a lot of folks, one of my friends said, I know like a couple times last year, we got mistaken for each other. And I know because we both rolling in these streets with this red hair, right? And then we're both short. And I told somebody the other day, I said, no, that's my pecan tan friend. Her name is Kim. Listen, there's something to be said, though, about women when you can support one another, show up for one another, even in secret. And sometimes I can't be in person, but I always reach out and say, Kim, I hope all goes well. I'm pulling for you, I'm striving for you, or just kind of sharing what you're doing in the world. So you are a big encourager from a distance and in person. And so I want to say thank you for that as well.
You're welcome.
And so let's talk about this. Let's just jump all the way in, okay? Because this season and this segment is called the Balancing Act, and how you balance it all. Like, how are you able to do all that you do? What is it?
What? I think the biggest thing I have discovered is learning that there is no balance. Sometimes something is just going to take priority. It's just a matter of what you decide that's going to be. And for me, in this season of my life, I am able to say that I am a wife first, a mother second, because I have fully grown children who only call me when they need. And then I have the grandchildren. So
wait. You can't just run past that. You cannot just run past that. And I had to take some notes. Like we're in a session. I said, Kim says, I am a wife first and a mother second. Oh, sister girl, you and I can stay right there in that vein for a minute. Explain to those who are still trying to navigate. First of all, how long have you been married, Kim?
I've been married almost 27 years now.
Congratulations. You get all the kudos, the whistles, the bells, you get everything with that. And then how many children do you have, and what are the age ranges?
I have 3 children, 32, 26, and 23.
Oh, yeah, fully grown.
Fully grown.
And so you are doing what we're calling, let me change that, parenting adult children.
Woo, child.
Look, we can both get on that subject. Listen, that's a whole different thing, Kim. Isn't it different?
It is a whole different world because no matter, your opinion is irrelevant.
Okay.
Right now. They're going to do what they're going to do. They don't even ask your advice anymore. I'm at the stage now where I'm just saying, they're not even asking. They give me a situation. I'm going to just go on shoot my shot. Because more than likely it's going to get shot down. But however.
In other words, they're going to do exactly what they're going to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it, no longer ask permission, use and find their own resources. And then sometimes we hear about the goodness. I don't want to talk about others. We hear about the goodness in the streets and around others, right? About something our child, who is now an adult, is doing. And that's a whole nother concept. You see your whole face right now.
This is the look. I go to my kids and I be like, I heard, why am I hearing?
Because that's what we hear, and because that's what happens. And so balancing it all. So you got the foundation, I'm sorry, I'm over here looking at comments. So you got the foundation. Mm-hmm. Tell us for 2 minutes about the Jacqueline Rogers Foundation, what it's for, how it got started, and why it's close to your heart.
Well, let's start with why it's close to my heart. It's close to my heart because it bears my mother's name. So there in it all says everything. I started it because my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2005. Although she did have other long-term illnesses that took her away from us. But seeing people struggle, knowing what her struggles were financially while she was going through her illnesses, makes me want to do what I'm doing today. I just want to make it easier for someone who is going through cancer treatment. The bills don't stop. They keep ringing the phone. They want their money. But they're also giving money that's tied to their treatment. I want to give them money that they can do whatever it is they need to do. And it's just hard seeing people out here struggling, knowing that people are literally going bankrupt.
Okay.
Because they're diagnosed with an illness out of their control. So that's what we do. We raise money for women right here in Horry and Georgetown counties.
Okay.
What we do.
I had the opportunity for the first time, I think it was last year or year before last. I don't think I made this year, but the fashion show. I call it the extravaganza because it's something like I've never seen before. There's something about seeing women from all different walks of life, all different belief systems, all different nationalities, ethnicities show up. Get head wrapped up, right? Also wear these beautiful clothes for some wonderful sponsors you've been able to get for the past couple years, and then watch you have this like booth set up shopping spree area in the back for people to kind of shop before and after the fashion show. And then watch these women that you actually through your foundation are able to do some philanthropy and some giving back. To these women to be able to work through. It may not take off all the edge, right, of what they need, but it's something to show what I saw myself was a space created for women who are sometimes looked over, right? During some of the most debilitating times of their life. Right. You create a space for them to be seen, to be heard, to be loved, to be encouraged, to be celebrated. And then you bring us all this beautiful fashion that they can also enjoy during their process.
You are right, because in the process of being diagnosed, sometimes you become just that, the diagnosis. Everybody wants to talk about your cancer. What are you doing? Your treatment, instead of actually seeing you and the physical changes that you're going through, the emotional changes that you're going through, and bottom line financial changes that you're going through.
And so let's talk about you balancing that. Because this is, a lot of people don't realize this, but nonprofit work, I'm sure, there's a planning phase, there's a fundraising phase, there's a getting people together phase, creating an event, and then presenting the award at an event. And then you got to start the fiscal year all over again. You were doing that on top of still selling some jewelry and stuff as well. So you got a little jewelry business as well. I'm saying little because it's like Jacqueline Rogers looks huge. It's so big right now. And then I'm like, oh wait, she's still selling. So tell us about the jewelry. You sell jewelry too.
Well, we're selling jewelry. I love a good earring.
Okay, y'all know she had to bring it.
I love earrings. My mother was a fashionista, okay? And earrings are one of the easiest ways that you can change your whole look in your face. Period. Draw that attention to them cheekbones, them lips when you got that lipstick on. That's one way to do it. And the earrings helps us support the foundation to do the little things, make sure our paperwork and stuff is in order. And that's what we do. Selling the earrings, darling.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. So tell me this. So then the money and stuff that you raise from selling the earrings goes towards the foundation as well, correct?
That's correct. Okay. It helps us establish our bottom line from getting our paperwork done, making sure everything is in order with that. Making sure that any like the chamber stuff that we have to pay for, that type of stuff. And then it also helps us set our bottom line for what we're going to go in with for our check at the end of the year.
Okay.
So there's a bottom line we have to start. Bottom line, we build up from there to be able to say this is how much money we're going to give away at the end of the year.
Oh wow. So something I know, I never forget. I was at your house for an event. I believe it was your birthday celebration / buy jewelry / have some drinks and eat your cake too. That's what I called it.
Yes.
Okay. And then you had to come dressed and ready, right? And something I love is I remember talking to you about something about this outfit you were selling, right? It was like one of those little jumper type things, rompers. And I wanted one and you had one. First of all, in my size and for my height, which I don't find a lot. So then the next thing I was like, but you were selling earrings. I'm like, well, this could go with this, but it doesn't really have. And you were like, we don't have to be matchy.
No, ma'am.
And I like that about you, especially with your coordination, what you have on today. It's multiple colors, but they go together. Tell us about how that coordination also goes over into your ability to multitask, being a wife, a mom, and a grandmother.
Whew. You know what? Process. I don't have a process. I am not a process girl. I fight process every chance I get. So, for me, there is no process. I'm just gonna put it like that. And okay. I will put an outfit. I use this example of putting an outfit together. Okay. I will go to the store and I will see a shirt. Unbeknownst to me, once I get that shirt home, I have everything I need to change that shirt to 3 different or 4 different ways, from the earrings to the shoes to the bottoms. I am like that with my family. I know I got everything they need. It's just a matter of when they're going to need it. And which one is going to need it first. I can look at my kids' face when they come in the door and be like, oh, I'm waiting on you. I'm just waiting for you to come to me. I ain't even got to see. And that's the beauty of being a parent now at this stage of the game. I don't have to go to them anymore. I wait for them to come to me.
Wait to them. Okay. So that is, you say you don't have a strategy, but that's definitely a strategy.
Well, you know what, but you can't. Sometimes if I say it's a strategy, it's a process for me, then it becomes a problem. Then I got step A, B, I can't.
Okay, I hear that. But so now it's something you do to wait for them to come to you about what it is they need, want, desire. Okay.
Yes, because when they're younger, you're always trying to figure out what's going on with them. And they don't literally come to you, you literally have to go to them. But now as adults, they work it out in their mind and then they'll come to you and be like, what do you think? Or do you really want to know? And then the question becomes, do you really want to know what I think you should do? Or you just want to get your idea out of what you're doing? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they don't want your advice. They just want you to hear what it is they're trying to do.
Say that again. Sometimes they don't want your advice. They just want what, Kim?
They want you to hear them. That's
okay. So parenting tip number 1. Let them come to you. And then 2, sometimes they're not asking for permission or what you think. They just want you to hear them, though they're phrasing it as a question.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Those permission days are Lord knows
permission days are over. I think we got your baby girl jumped on here, Miss Jackie Jackson.
Hey, boo.
Welcome into the space, Jackie. So something that's great about this process is you can't see, but I can see the comments on the side. And so I put in there, do you all have any questions for Kim? And so in the balancing act, if you notice, like in my new logo, it's got like mom, wife, sister, caregiver, aging parents, all these different things. And so like, I didn't realize how many balls I was juggling until like this past year when I really sat and looked at everything and I had some pause to do so. But I want to talk about when we're juggling all the balls and something falls. Because something we do as women, sometimes we're so hard on ourselves as parents about what we get right and what we get wrong. And we don't acknowledge the fact that we're actually trying or people don't see our trying. So tell me about a moment, if you don't mind sharing, where you may have felt like you dropped the ball and then what that was like for you and how maybe you either recovered or you just chose to let it be what it was.
Dropping the ball. I drop the ball with myself a lot. Okay. Because when you're trying to do for everybody else, do you leave room for yourself? And sometimes the answer to that is no. Are you taking care of your health the way you should be taking care of your health? when you're supposed to be taking it. I'm going to be very, very clear with y'all. It was last year. I run a breast cancer awareness foundation. When was the last time I had my breast exam? Before last year. It had been like 5 years.
Okay.
Where I had put my own health on hold. And I think about that thing because it plays in your head with you when you're thinking about when you had a parent that went through an illness, and it plays with you. And I'm reaching the age of my mother when she passed, and I'm like, it starts to mess with your head.
Starts to mess with your head. Okay.
Yes. So putting my own health to the side for whatever reason that was, is when I let myself down. And the recovery of that is just knowing that I can start over. Just knowing that when I did go to the doctor, there was nothing wrong. But now I have to encourage everybody else to go to do the same. Those that are in fear, please go. Because I was scared. That's probably what it was. I was scared for a long time.
Okay.
But I went.
Scared for a long time.
Girl. Fear will eat.
So yeah, okay. So for those of you who are just kind of listening, you may be hearing what I'm hearing, which is the reminders of if you think you found something, or if you think you feel something, or if you haven't checked in a while, check and go get checked is what I'm hearing. And I thank you for that reminder, Kim. But I also want to go back to the point of dropping the ball on yourself, because I gave you the opportunity, right, to talk about maybe one of the times you think you dropped the ball for one of your children. What I really want to honor you in is in the fact that you started with self first. And it's like, no, because 9 times out of 10, what we do as women, mothers and wives, sister girls, is we take care of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And so nothing falls with everybody else. And our kids may look flawless in the streets, and their grades and their marriages and their home life and their whatever may be great, right? But then we're over here in the corner falling apart, hyperventilating, overweight, can't breathe, not taking care of ourselves, taking care of our skin, those kind of things. Or here's the part that I know that you and I can talk about a little bit. Not that it's ever gotten here for either one of us, but what about the time where you held everything else together and may have taken the marriage and put it on the back burner? I'm raising my hand.
It's been 27 years, girl. So at some point in time, it was like, you know what? Not today.
Not today.
Not today. And I have to say, because our relationship has been where he was about to see, he would be gone for 6 months. He would come back and be in for like maybe 9 months to a year, and then he's gone again. So it's the process of learning how to navigate, maintain my household the way I like to maintain it when he's not there. And then when he comes back, it's like, it's to the wing. It's like, wait a minute, hold on now. It's like, hold on now. So it's like, it's almost like learning each other over again. And then once the kids were gone, because we made a very, very concerted effort when my baby was like in the 10th grade to date each other again. Because he was like, what is going to happen when these kids gone and we don't even know each other?
Okay, that part.
We started leaving them here, the boys here, and just taking little weekend trips, just the two of us. And the boys be looking at us like, what is wrong? Wait a minute, y'all going somewhere? Yes. We are.
And so that's kind of like dating each other again. Is that correct?
Yes, like dating
on a regular basis.
Because this is the longest we have ever been in the same place.
Gotcha.
Together without him going out to sea. So it's been 13 years we've been in this house together.
Wow.
Versus the 13 that he was in the 20 that he was in the military. So
this is amazing, amazing, amazing. And we have in the back part of the studio, we have Miss Courtney Yukari, who is joining us, and we are getting ready to bring her to the stage, because y'all know one of the things I've loved to do over my lifetime is connect people together. It's something I love to do. It's something I love to create space for. So I asked them at the last minute, like, I need y'all to be on here together for like 5 minutes and let's just chat it up about wifehood, motherhood, and girlfriendhood. Look, just being a woman trying to maintain this life. And so I'm going to bring Miss Courtney Yukari to the stage, y'all. So hold on one second. Y'all know I got to navigate this thing called podcast. Let me tell you, if you've ever tried to do something for the first time, y'all, Let's see. I think I
There you
I
Hello, ladies.
How y'all
Hello.
doing?
Oh my
I
gosh, this is amazing. Listen, we're coming in season 3 strong, y'all. Let me get my little tickers over here working so y'all know who this is. We brought to the stage Miss Courtney Yukari and Reese Tress Hair Studio. Listen, this woman says, honey, I am a master loctician. I said, well, okay.
call
Know
it or
that.
claim it. It's yours.
Okay, I might not do it all, but don't think I don't know how to do it all.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So, Courtney, I'm getting a little bit of feedback, but not a lot.
Okay.
Me and Kim are going to do is we're both going to mute ourselves. We want to let you kind of introduce yourself a little bit about who you are, what you do. Also, tell us about you being a mom a little bit, and then I'm going to pose a question, and then we're just going to kind of chat it up for about 5 minutes, if that's okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Kim, can you mute yourself as well?
All right. Well, I'm Courtney Reese. I go by Courtney Yukari. Yukari is actually my middle name. I always wished it was my first name when I was a little girl. I am a master loctician. I don't do it all, but I know how to do it all. I try to stay in my lane with it, you know. I'm a mom above all things. I have 2 daughters. My oldest daughter is 14. She is amazing, like the best child you can ask for. My youngest daughter is 7. That's my angel, my baby girl. I am who I am. I'm thankful to be here. Thankful to be alive and living in my purpose, just growing and just trying to be a better woman. Which y'all, everybody just out here just trying to grow and just learn. You know what I mean? Be the best we can be. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know me, you don't get to know me. Don't pass judgment on me if you don't really know me. But I am so for the people who do love me, and I'm so thankful. And like I told you before, Angel, I'm thankful for this opportunity to be on this platform and just talk a little bit.
You are so welcome. Kim, you can unmute yourself now. Listen, and I just realized I can mute y'all on my own side, so I don't know how to do that no more. I mute you when I need you to be muted. But I'm excited to have you here. I work through spirit with everything that I do. And if it don't feel right in my soul, I'm not doing it. And I tell you what, I was literally thinking of who are the 2 people I want to bring to the stage. And let me tell you what, something that I realized while I was sitting there praying and trying to figure it out is, 2 people immediately said something about the 2 of you coming on, and I'm like, okay, that's it. Like that's it. If I'm thinking something and I'm manifesting something and I have intention and spirit meets that intention or overrides that intention, I'm good with both. And I just think you 2 have such a flair. Kim, from the background of the fashionista. Wait, and we gotta tell y'all this, y'all. Kim will create stuff for fashion shows, honey. The last thing I seen, it looked like it was just ribbon and tape everywhere. And this sister created a skirt on top of a skirt.
Okay,
And
sis.
listen, you can create whatever you want. And then we have Courtney, who is just, oh my God, has some of the most, there's a difference in being able to do hair. There's a difference being called to do hair. And so I say she's called to do it because her hands have flowing hands and people's hair just grows. And I'm just watching not only women and then they add men, but this is amazing to watch your growth and how you just, honey, some of these things you do are just miraculous. You know how we say, like, that you went in.
Yeah, some people be like, how did you do that? Like, oh my God, I don't know. It just comes to me. You know what I mean? I just do what I got to do. Like locks, I'm actually a licensed cosmetologist, but locks just took over for me. Like, and I love to do it. You know what I mean? And you just have to stay creative. Shout out to you girls with the natural hair and everything. I'm loving it.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. It's just something that I've grown to love, you know what I mean? And it's
Okay.
art, you know what I'm saying, in that form, you know what I mean? So I mean, I like to do it a lot, it's dope.
So tell me a little bit with the 2 of you here, and y'all just kind of piggyback off of each other about what it looks like for women who are Black and brown. I'm going there to be able to hold it down and together while taking care of themselves and home life and our children. Like, tell me about the highs and lows. And whoever wants to go first can go first. And I'm gonna let Kim go first. Courtney, I want you to look on your microphone little thing on your
Mhm.
phone and see if you have it on voice isolation and see if that could be while I'm getting a little bit of feedback. But it's okay, don't worry. So Kim, talk to me a little bit about that.
The highs and lows of being a beautiful Black woman. Ugh. Let's see. The highs are the highs are when you walk into a space, you create that space. First of all, there's no longer waiting for anybody to welcome you in. You are welcome because you walked in.
That part.
Getting comfortable in that space may be a little challenge, though. I'm just going to be real honest about that. But I enjoy this beautiful Black skin right here and love everything about it, and everything that comes with it ain't for everybody.
Oh, honey.
Realizing that you ain't for everybody is real too.
That part.
It's all good, but it don't mean you have to hate on nobody. It just means you ain't for me.
Say that again. How is that possible? Like, how do we get that? How is that? I'm trying to show
what
people.
That mentality of just because I'm not your cup of tea, I'm not even your competition for real. That's what you see when you look in the mirror. It's not me. It's not me.
We. So look, Darlene says you have to walk in that discomfort. It will eventually become your platform. Okay, Darlene, no come in here dropping the jewels. Oh, you dropped them all over the floor. But you're right.
That's my girl right there.
That's your girl right there.
That's my girl right there.
Tell me, Courtney, what about you? What do you think?
The highs are just like she said, we create our own space. You know what I'm saying? When you walk into the space, you create that space and you welcome yourself into that space. You know what I mean? It's so much more highs, you know what I'm saying? But the lows, like, it's so challenging, you know what I'm saying, to be a Black woman and to keep yourself uplifted when you go through so much on a daily basis. Being a mom, you know what I mean? Like, and not wanting to be a yellow mom, because a lot of us had a yellow mom, but you know, you end up being that sometimes, you know? And I notice with myself, I bring myself back down if I do get like that with my children, you know, and I apologize and let them know mommy's a little overstimulated, you know what I mean? Just day-to-day life, you know, if you're feeling the way you're at work, taking that spirit into work, you know what I mean, and being around people and just trying to stay uplifted even though you're going through things, you know what I mean? But being a Black woman altogether, it's just a beautiful thing. I'm thankful for this melanin, baby. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. I love it.
And you know, I think, you know, one of the things I want to do in this space, and Ms. Kim, we're not going to keep you over the time. Courtney, are you a football fan? Do you watch football at all?
Girl, no, my mom and my sister in there watching a football game right now. I am not a football girl.
Listen, we started talking about the Dallas Cowboys. So Kim and I are both Dallas Cowboy fans. Sometimes I cannot watch the game because
I don't watch it.
My heart begins to do this crazy thing.
Upset right now. I said she's upset right now. I said, girl, face it, they suck.
I couldn't watch
about y'all team.
But that's okay because they still my team. It's all good.
I know.
It's all good.
Stick by your team, girl. You stick by your team.
Listen. And so I think one of the things is the fullness, what am I trying to say? The whole picture. You know, sometimes when people see women, they think that we have to be competing, or do you like her? Or do you show up in this space? Or do y'all get along? And how you know her? All these different things. You know, I wanted a space where we can sit and lift each other up, right? And where we can talk to each other and share highlights. Like, we can all sit in our own dominance in this space, in our own queendom, right? And show up regal with all these different auras and colors and belief systems and knowing and knowledge. And I just love every bit of this. Y'all have really brought this to the stage for the first part. And I'm so excited. We got a lot of comments. Surround yourself with those of like-mindedness. We have to grow together. Someone says, y'all are speaking to my spirit. The next one says, overstimulated. I love it.
Look, baby.
It's a thing.
Look, baby.
It's a thing.
Listen,
they think you're mad, and they think you're, you know what I'm saying, but you're not mad. It's just so much going on at one time, and it builds, and it's just like, hey, you know. So, yeah, man, it's very much a thing.
All right, so hold on. I'm going to change the outlay. We're going to give Kim her last minute. And so I'm going to drop you off to the side, Courtney. I'm going to pick you
Okay.
back up in 2 minutes. So do not go anywhere.
I'm not
And
going
we're going
anywhere.
to
I'm
give,
here.
all right, we're going to let Kim do her
Nice to meet you, Kim. You're
thing.
beautiful.
Nice to meet you as well. So are you?
Thank you.
All right. So, Kim,
Yes.
so I want you to drop those jewels. And I want to make sure that when I say drop those jewels, those moments of wisdom where when people walk away from your presence and if they never see you and never meet you again, what are some things that you want to share with them that you don't ever want them to lose from your voice?
To walk in confidence, as my girl Darlene said, to be aware of the people that are around you, because you get to decide who gets to be in your presence, and to think positive of yourself. Do not allow anybody else to come into your space to make you feel a certain way about yourself. And if that is the case, that you feel that way, if you see yourself in those words that they are saying, then you need to dig deeper and figure out what that is all about. Because only one person gets to decide who you are, who you're going to be, and what you represent. And that is you.
No need to say anything else. Miss Kim, we thank you for coming to the stage. I thank you for showing up as your full self and your authentic self. Let me say that in authenticity. And let me tell you what else I am so thankful for is that you came and that you didn't say no. And so I thank you for showing up continuously when I reach out. And you'll be able to share this wherever you want to. As soon as we get off, it will be uploaded and you can just continue to share, my love.
You know we are love. I love
Yes.
you, girl.
Love you, dear. Take care. Be
You
well.
too. Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. So we're gonna pick back up with Miss Courtney Reese, and I call her Courtney Yukari because that's what's on all her social media platforms, honey. And so let's drop her back in here and bring her back to the stage.
It's
All
Courtney.
right, there you are.
Sorry.
There you are. Let's see. I think there's another mode I can put us in when we can get closer, or maybe that is the closest. No, that is the closest. All right. So, Miss Courtney,
Yes,
you ready?
ma'am. I am. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous. Not much of a public.
Oh,
I am not
no.
much of a public speaker, you know what I'm saying? But I'm here and I'm thankful for the opportunity. I really am. I'm like, oh my God,
Listen,
they're interested in me. Oh my goodness.
you're so welcome. Listen, you are here, and we're so glad you're here. And we have people of all different types and persuasions watching this, and I'm watching the comments come in. And so, tell us first. I know you introduced yourself a little bit earlier, but tell me what it is you. And Candy Bree says, "Honey, you got this." Who is it in your life in this moment? Let's say this. That has been almost like an example for you or somebody that you've looked up to in your life as a woman?
Uh, my mom, honestly, like, all my life it's been my mom, me, and my sister, and she worked hard all my life. She's still working hard, and she took care of us. She's so giving. That is something that I am working on myself. It's just my mother is so generous, like such a sweet lady. Like if y'all know Miss Phoebe, y'all know Miss Phoebe. If you're watching this, just everything that she embodies as a woman, and I
Um,
just aspire to be more like her, what I'm saying? Because we all have our ways. And just like I said, we're always constantly trying to grow and evolve. So I'm going to say my mom. Yeah, she's like Miss Phoebe. Y'all
mom.
know Miss Phoebe is that, baby. Yeah.
Well, tell me this. In the balancing act, I love to see women. I didn't get this opportunity, but I'm watching you have yours of having a mom, you being a woman, and then you birthing a woman, a young lady. And there's something about those generational things. And so whether it's 3 generational, 4 generational women, tell me how you balance all of that and what goodness it brings to have and be able to look backwards, Sankofa, right? And then to look in the future right in front of you. How was that for you?
Okay, so Danica makes it very, very easy. I tell her all the time, she is everything that I wish that I was at her age. When I tell
Okay.
you the girl is just super smart, she's super respectful, you know what I mean? So
Uh-huh.
she makes balancing everything, a little bit easier, you know what I mean?
Aw.
And then my mom, like I said, my mom is such a good woman, and she stays on me, you know what I'm saying, about just being better, you know what I'm saying? And like
Okay.
helping me to balance everything, you know. Um,
Mhm.
just those two are just like very important to me, you know, and they make things so much easier like to balance out. Even when I'm going through my bursts, like Danica, she'll send me something on TikTok just saying that, Mom, you're the best. If nobody else ever tells you the best. Danica is just everything to me, honestly. Like she makes it a lot easier. She really does.
Oh, that's so sweet. And
Yeah.
so, in having a daughter, how important is it for you to model for her what it means to balance this all? Because wait, you do hair, honey. I hear you not here. I've heard, I've watched, I've seen. You can burn on the stove too. And so
Yeah.
you you carry a couple of bags, and I believe you have your own hairline. Courtney, tell us your greatness.
Okay, so I used to have a hairline. Actually, this is the hair right here that I sell or whatever.
Okay.
I want to get back into it. I had a bad situation happen.
Okay.
Somebody broke up my car, girl, stole all my hair. So it really set me
Oh
back, and it
no.
really just made me like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Aw.
But I want to get back into it. Doing hair, like I said, I went to cosmetology school. I'm actually a licensed cosmetologist. I have been doing hair for almost 20 years now. Like I'm telling my age a little bit here. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's
And
all
like I
right.
said, yeah, I always started off like at one point I was a weave queen. You know what I mean? But I learned locks and I got very good at locks and it just like took over for me, you know what I mean? And that's all
Mhm.
I do right now pretty much is locks, you know what I mean? Um
Mhm.
as far as that cooking goes, my mom's a cook. Like I said again, if y'all know Miss Phoebe, y'all know Miss Phoebe. Okay? And she loves to cook and as a child, you know what I'm saying, I like to eat. You can see I'm a healthy girl, so I had to learn that's one thing. The kitchen is so therapeutic. I love being in
Uh,
that kitchen
so
cooking,
that's
you
a
know what
way
I
for
mean?
you to balance as well.
Yeah, it is. You know, like
Okay.
some when I'm in that kitchen on Saturdays making those seafood trays, and sometimes I'm by myself, I get my music rolling. It's such a good feeling, and it definitely gives me good balance. I love it. And then Danica helps me sometimes. So Danica, my daughter,
Yeah.
amazing. I'm gonna talk about her the whole
Oh,
time. She
oh
is,
my
man.
goodness.
She's
And
amazing, man.
so it sounds like just as much as you were there for her, she's there for you.
Absolutely. Like, you know, they say your first baby, y'all actually grow up together. You
Yeah.
know, so
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
well,
uh-huh. So
that's been the experience for you.
it definitely has. Yeah, it definitely has.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. So, because as Black women, sometimes in our community, we have this saying of, "I'm the mom and you the child," or "Do as I say and not as I do." But when I hear you say like we grew up together, which means you're able to see part of what I love about children is we're here to teach them, but they're also here to teach us.
Absolutely. They really are. Um, like I said, we definitely grew up together. Like she keeps me focused. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
she balances a lot herself as a, you know what I'm saying, a high school girl, you know what I'm saying? Like she dances, she's on the band, all while maintaining straight A's.
Wow.
Yes, I tell her all the time, I'm like, girl, I mean, everything that you do, everything that you are, I just wish I was there at her age. And I just learned, you know what I'm saying, just watching her, it makes me better, you know what I mean? So yeah.
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 So tell me about this. Okay. So a mom, a business owner, you love to cook, and it's a way to soothe yourself. And then also, the hair business and being a loctician, and how many hours are you normally like in the shop? Because I'm trying to get people to see what all you carry. Look, y'all, trying to get to see how. Tell me on a typical week, like how many
Girl.
hours are you in the
So
shop?
a typical day, like I'm up at 5:30 in the morning, getting my kids
Wow.
together, yeah, get them to school. I'm getting in the shop around 8, you know what I'm saying? Just don't come in here. Bye, little girl. It's my niece. It's my
See
niece.
that balancing act right there.
Right. And I was gonna say that I said I'm in here balancing the night, girl. So just give it to me. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
But
we
yeah.
lifing right now. It's all
Yeah, we're
good.
definitely life and y'all. Yeah, I get my kids off to school. I'm in the shop at about like 8 o'clock.
Okay.
When the first hour I'm in it, just getting my mind right, regrouping, you know what I'm saying, getting everything together. And I start my day at around like 9. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my short days because I have to be a mom. I have a
Mm,
support system and I'm thankful for the people who support me and are able to get my kids and transport them to their extracurricular activities and stuff. But they're
wow.
my kids, you know what I'm saying? So at the beginning of the week, I am mom. You know what I mean? Like I get off
Yes.
early enough to do what I have to do to be able to run my own kids. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Danica's grandmother is like, she is my backbone. Shout out to Miss Linda Brown if y'all don't know Miss Linda Brown. She's awesome. But she retired. So I know sometimes she wants to chill, you know what I mean? So I have to pull my
Gotcha.
own weight with my kids too. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So but the
Wait,
end of the
so
week,
I heard something there. So I want to make sure I'm not missing this and that other people are not missing this. I hear you have a village. It takes a team.
I have a village, girl, and it takes a village. And I'm so thankful for mine, sis, because baby, that
Wow.
shop can get overwhelming at times, but
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for it. Like towards the end of the week, I'm usually at work like 12, 13 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly right. I'm thankful that to have a space that my kids can come to, like when they're done with their stuff, and they can just come sit with
Mhm.
me for a while until I get done. Um, yeah, the village, like
So
I
wait,
said,
let me make sure I heard this. So you're at the shop sometimes for 12 to 13 hours a day?
yeah, mm-hmm.
Do y'all
Like on,
hear that? Do y'all
yeah,
hear that? So there
12,
is
13
no
hours a day.
way that you
Yes,
could do and be who you are without the team support and also having your kids in structured activities so that when you're done, right? When you're not done and they're done, then you can still have someone else feeding into their lives
yeah.
that you trust while you're finishing who you are as a mom.
And I'm very big on, like you said, somebody that I trust. It's all grandmas.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't play my
that part
kids being here. I don't play my kids being here and there and with
here and
anybody. You
there.
know what I mean?
Mhm.
Exactly. So the village that I have, it is very strong, and I'm very, very thankful for them. Like, girl, they help me make it through. I swear they do. They really do. Yeah.
So, and we got some people commenting. And so, Coretta says, "You be slaying those locks, Queen." Tanya
Thank you, girl.
says,
Thank you.
"Don't let setbacks keep you from doing what you love, sis." And I think she's referencing back to
To my
someone
hair.
saying stuff about
Yeah.
your car.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, listen. Every everybody don't want to see us come up, and what happens is when you come up, some people try to take it from you. Yeah, you can't. Try again, Courtney. I want to say that out loud. To try again. And then we have Miss Darlene who says, "Yes, grandmas are everything. Very thankful for them." Listen, I
Yes.
could not do or could not have done what I've done in the past 21 years. I'm way older than that, so don't y'all come for me. But children, since I've had children, my oldest is 21, just turned 21, is that I know that I could not have been or be who I am without a village. Like it takes a village. It's taking
Definitely
my
takes a
parents, it's
village.
taking my husband, it's taking my firstborn's father. It's taken a collective. It's taking my mom's next door neighbor, who is my cousin, to help some days
Mm-hmm.
when I need the kids to get off the bus. Like it takes a village.
It definitely does. It takes a village. I couldn't do it all by myself. There's no way. I'll be dead.
Mm. Okay, so tell me something because I know. So this is what I love though. The past couple of days we've been talking, and I'm like, okay, so we're gonna do the podcast run through this night. You and I were both dog tired. We both just decided
Girl.
not tonight, right? And then we tried it the next night. Well, you were ready. My body was still like, I'm not gonna
And I
make it.
and that's fine with me. The biggest thing about me, especially doing hair, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I might have an issue. Communication is key. You know what I'm saying? Like just
Mm,
let people know what's going on with you. If you understand or you don't. You know what I mean?
yeah. And so, but what I loved about it is when we both were ready, I'm gonna say all I gotta tell you a little bit. She was like, I'm coming, but I got to get my skincare. I can't let my skincare go.
Yeah, I can't let my face get dry, girl.
Well, tell us a little bit. I like talking about self-care. That's one of the things y'all know I love to do, and I love to talk about life balance through taking care of yourself. And when I say
Absolutely.
taking care of yourself, sometimes we feel like in certain cultures and certain beliefs, especially in the Black community, it's like, what you mean take care of yourself? Like, I got to take care of these kids. I got to take care of mom. I got to take it. Listen, you got to take care of yourself because if you don't,
You can't take
nobody
care of
else will,
anybody
or they
else.
won't do it to the level that you want it done.
Exactly. You can't take care of anybody else if you're not taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
real
So,
big on self-care. You
yeah,
know what I
tell me
mean?
a little
Like,
bit about your self-care because you was like, I got to get through this. So tell me what
okay.
your rituals are.
So, at one point I was working out heavy. It was like so therapeutic. When I started seeing the results, baby, you couldn't tell me nothing. I fell off, I ain't gonna lie. But I plan on getting back to it. I Rest is important. They say go, go, go. You know what I'm saying? If you're not where you want to be, you don't need to be sleeping.
Mhm.
Nah, dog. I'm asleep. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get my rest in. Rest is important. If you don't rest, your body gonna tell you that you need to rest. You know what I mean? I love to make sure my nails are done. I love to make sure my feet are done. I love to get my massages, my face. oh, this has been a job, girl. Like I was telling you the other night, could let my face dry out. That's a big thing to me right now is my skin. My daughter, I got her on that regimen as well, getting her skin together. Just like self-care is important. Like you better take care of yourself when you can't take care of nobody else, baby. You have to.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And so I thank you for sharing those parts of your self-care routine with us. Something that we remiss sometimes, or we delve into as brown and black women, is we delve into this thing that we have called, whether it is we talk about resistance, okay, and then we
Mm-hmm.
also get into this thing where we want to say we've got to be able to endure everything, right? We've got to
Girl,
be able to endure everything. We're supposed to be strong enough to carry everything. We can't not be perfect wherever we are.
girl,
Um, Tell me about that stress and that pressure of resilience. That's the word I'm looking for. Tell me about that pressure.
girl. The pressure. I'm a black woman and I'm a business owner. The people see me. You know what I'm saying? It's a sometimes a stipulation that they put on you, like an image that you have to keep up. You know what I mean? Like you have to be perfect, Patty. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a goody goody. But in this season right now, I'm all about just being who I am. If you love me, you love me. If you don't, you don't. But even if you don't love me, I'm so more focused on the people who do love me. Like that doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? Even with the people, like I said, who don't love you or who don't like you, have to be resilient and keep going. You cannot stop. You know what I mean? Like no matter what anybody else thinks, just be you authentically. You know what I mean?
Yes, I definitely hear and know what you mean. And so looking into that, when we talk about resilience, there's this. So I always say resilience is a double-edged sword. It's
Mhm.
an ever-stretching rubber band, right? Which is there are moments in our lives, whether we're black, brown, purple, white, red, blue, yellow, we have to be able to hold the line. I'm going to say it that way. We have to be able to fully show up, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we can't go to bed because you got three other people sitting in front of you waiting for you to finish, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so sometimes you got to keep going. But then there are those moments, right, where resilience doesn't work for you, it works against you. And
Hmm.
you talked about when your body begins to tell you it's too much. Tell me, share a little bit with the people about maybe a moment where you realized that the resilience was working against you, and what that felt like for you.
Um, Sometimes on a daily, if I'm going through something, I don't even want to get out of bed. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like
Mhm.
it's a struggle, you know what I'm saying, to even if the kids don't have to go to school, even if it's just like a regular off day, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I don't want to move because it's so much on me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just being a mom, like you said, dealing with life, dealing with love, the situation with men is serious. Like,
Mm.
and then it takes
Good.
sometimes it takes a toll on you, you know what I mean? But
Okay.
you still have to
Okay.
show up and you got to be there for your kids, you know what I mean? And that is
Mm.
so hard that it feels like it's working against you in that moment, you know what I mean? Like, oh, what
Okay.
am I gonna do? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
still have to get up and you have to show up.
What are some things that you use to motivate yourself, or who are those motivators for you to help you get moving, get up out of bed, keep going, or just start again?
My kids.
Hmm.
And here lately, not even here lately, it's girls, you know what I'm saying, who come to me and tell me that I look up to you so much. Like I love everything that you do. And I just feel like really like and I don't feel like I'm doing enough sometimes. And I'm like, y'all really look up to me, like of all people, you know what I mean? So that is
Okay.
like very much motivation. Like over the past like 2 years, do you know how many people have asked me to do a class? I haven't done a class yet. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm just nervous, yo. But I'm learning to not, let fear consume me. You know what I mean? And just step out
Mhm.
there, like I told you. This is my season to get out that boat.
You get
You
out
know
the
what I'm
boat.
saying?
You
So
already
like,
walking on the water, sis. You already out there.
yeah. So just the fact that it's certain people who look up to me, and like my kids, they keep me going. They keep me motivated, and just the
Hmm.
fact that I'm just out here just doing it and I have not stopped, that keeps me motivated as well. Even though when I do want to stop, I don't stop. You know what I mean? I keep going. Like
Wow.
I never thought I would be where I am now. Like
Yeah.
seriously. Like I've been in my shop now. This right here in May will be 10 years. Can you believe that? Like a lot of
Ooh,
people don't make it that far. A
congratulations.
lot of people don't make it a year, 10 years, and I'm still doing this thing, and it's mine. So that's a lot of motivation to me for
That's
real.
a lot of motivation. That's a
Yeah.
lot of that's I never forget hearing one of the pastors at the Rock Church talk about this, and I'm just gonna bring the spiritual piece. We're gonna switch to there. Is the grit that's required to keep going, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has a dream, and and this is so on point because it's Martin Luther King Jr. Weekend.
Yes.
Everybody has a dream. The question is, do you have what it takes to not only see the vision, get into the mission, do the work, and do it and keep it going? Do you have that momentum? And clearly you've proven that you have that grit. So what would you say to no, thank you, Spirit. What is your dream currently? And listen, share with us what you feel comfortable sharing with us. What do you feel like your current dream is?
My dream currently is to step from behind the chair, not, right now, you know what I mean? But in the next few years, girl, I'm getting older. This body is starting to get a little wear and tear on it, you know what I'm saying? So I have a product line. I don't push it as much as I should. So the goal is, to push my product line and get my product selling, you know what I mean? So that'll be another source of income. The next step is to get my instructor's license. You know what I mean? I can go on. It's so many different avenues in hair. You know what I'm saying? That I can keep. My kids, Danica's into hair. Kari likes to do hair. My dream is for them to follow my footsteps. You know what I'm saying? Take things over. Just grow in hair and just I want an empire. You know what I'm saying, for myself. It's not unattainable. You know what I mean?
Funny.
You just got to put.
That's ironic you said that word.
Yeah, it's not.
It's ironic you said that word. I think it's ironic because you used the word empire, and I said it's ironic that you said that word, but I don't think it's ironic. Every time I kept trying to explain, like in words, about who you are, what I watched, and what I have been able to gather, from others, and kind of watching you move, is a mogul, and you know that.
Yeah, it's so not unattainable. You just have to put the work in. You got to stay the course. You know what I mean? Even when it gets hard, you just got to keep going. And that's just what I've been doing. And there's no time limit on anything. You know what I mean? I'm low key want to put a time limit on getting from behind that chair, though. I ain't gonna lie. But you know what I mean? Nothing is unattainable if you put the work in and just.
But you can, and I think that's something that I love to do. And a lot of you know. First of all, for those of you who may just be joining, I forget to reintroduce. This is Miss Courtney Resse, and she owns Resse Checks, right? Am I correct? Resse Checks, and my name is Angel, and I'm the soul healing coach. And one of the things that I love doing is helping coach, what I call executive coaching, is helping those who own businesses, helping those who have multiple goals, be able to strategically plan for the year, and then also let them come back around every 2 to 3 weeks to really cycle and see what they're doing and how they're doing it, who, what, when, where, why, how. And if you work with me, you'll know what I just said, because
me and you, we're gonna need to talk, because even even now, like I'm still learning. You never stop learning. You can look on from the outside and feel like I got it all together, baby. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a constant learning game. You know what I mean? And I'm still learning as I go.
And the fact that you are open to learning, and that's the same thing with me. I want to keep learning and growing. I call it lifelong. We call it lifelong learning, which is if I see something different, something new, and it's a new technique, like I want to try it. I want to learn what I got to do to be able to do it. And then the other part of that is, when we say let's get to the point of where we need to be, right? To say we're ready. When you have these goals, and we're going to go to the whole I have a dream thing, because it's Martin Luther King, and we're going to start our transition and closing out with this. But in having a dream, and what you've been able to do is hold fast to that dream, which is you've been able to go back and look at it and keep going. You've been able to choose what no longer works for you and what you need to pick up next. You've also endured some hardships, which is what I hear, right? And you may have gotten discouraged in it, but I also hear you're not pushing to the side that you're going to try again. I hear you willing to jump fully back into that thing. So wanting to get from behind a chair, eventually, wanting to do classes, and wanting to do all of those things. And so I'm going to share with you 3 techniques when we get off of here that you can have for free, because listen, the only thing standing between you and what you want is you.
Listen, I got a friend of mine, he tell me that all the time, is the only thing standing in your way is yourself. Even when, I'm speaking of my shortcomings to this person because I've never really been very open with anybody like I am open with this person or whatever. Like they always
Mhm.
tell me those things don't matter because you are still in it. You are still going. The only thing that's standing in your way is yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I know that too, you know, so we're
And
working on it,
and
girl. We're working on it.
yeah, look, and it's a thing, and it's not a, a lot of people go like, "Oh, how you just told her that?" Listen, it's the same thing for me. Anything I tell people, I call it, we hear about it in church, other places where it says a two-edged sword. Anything you say out has power, has word and energy
Hmm.
behind it. That means that thing is going to turn. I think everything is like a big circle. It goes out and it comes back in. And
Hmm.
so it's the same thing for me. Like being doing the podcast, I had to get out of my own way and be okay getting back in front of the camera again and being okay in that sense. But um, what I really want you to do in the next like 2 minutes, and Kim just did the same thing, and now we're going to let you do the same thing. I am going to completely turn the stage over to you for at least a minute or two. And what I want you to do is one, be your full self. Two, drop those jewels, the diamonds, the platinum, the whatever it is you have in your arsenal of what if nobody ever saw you again in person, right? Or had the opportunity to say, oh my God, I met her before. What will they walk away with knowing, right? From you? What do you want to tell us? And we are going to let you go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Always look at me as that girl who never stopped through so much adversity. Um, being afraid, just dealing with being afraid to really come out of, what I'm saying, my shell and, just be wow me, you know what I mean? Just keep going. Never stop, don't give up on yourself. I wanted to give up many of times. I wanted to just say forget it all, but I never did and I never will because just like I said, there are people who are looking at me, what I'm saying? I have two daughters who are looking at me, you know what I'm saying? And if I give up, what is that showing them? What is that, teaching you? If you watch me, if you look up to me, you know, um, like I said, I'm really not big on public speaking or whatever. I know y'all watching, but just keep going, and because that's what I tell myself every day, and that's all I can tell anybody else. Like I said, even if you're feeling down, when you don't want to move, keep going for yourself. Show up for yourself every time. Show up for the people who love you because there's always somebody who's rooting for you. Always, always.
Awesome. You have done an amazing job. There we go. I had to get myself back on here. You've done an amazing job, honestly, with sharing and dropping the jewels. And this is what I'm gonna tell you. Listen, you just keep talking. You keep sharing what you got. You don't even
Yeah.
have to come back and say, I'm not big on public speaking. Listen, you did very well tonight.
Thank
I'm
you so
telling
much,
you,
Amira.
you got to come back and join us. I think I would like to talk to you later about you coming on and just being that and that go getter, that empowerment speaker, that person that people who are in the hair industry can kind of go to when we get to that. I'm building this called the 12 Women Circle in the
Okay.
sense of who you are and what you do. And I want you to come and talk with us on a monthly basis about that. So when we have other people who are in the hair industry, we're going to bring them in, let them ask questions and do those kind of things. And I want you to come and share with us. I have two other people in mind, and I want y'all to be the chairs. Like I want
I
y'all to be able to
definitely
see
will. I
that.
definitely will. I'm very, very thankful for this opportunity. Just like I said, I just feel like this is my season to step out of the boat. My mom, she works at AVX, and I do her hair. My mom has locks, so by her just going to work with my work on her head or whatever, like it's generated me clients from her job. One of her clients
Wow.
came and sat with me, and she just said, I see so much for you. You know what I'm saying? This is not the first time I've had
Oh,
people, ladies sit in my chair. This lady had a whole praise break in my chair one day about me. Girl, we was in the shop pure crying, girl. She was like, I just see so
listen.
much. She was like, I just see so much for you and so much greatness for you, And just like I said, I stand in my own way and I know this. I know this. And I'm just
Oh,
working to grow and be better, man. So, like I said, I'm thankful for this
listen.
opportunity. This is like I told you, somebody else told me the same day, like an hour before you, that they had me on the list for their podcast. And I'm like, me? Like, You know, so it's nice to be recognized and, you know, noticed for what I have done and what I am doing, you know, and I'm not going to stop, you know, so.
Yes, and you can't stop. And something I forgot to do, and I'm asking Kim if she can jump back on because I forgot to do something. So something I do before I close out is called speaking into your life, and where I allow spirit to fully speak towards you, because I don't believe anything happens by happenstance. And I always tell people, I don't know what it is. God always allows me to meet people when they're at that point where it's the pivot. Either you're gonna go all the way in or you're gonna turn back around. And I want to tell you this is the moment for you to lean all the way in, sis. Like, you can't let anything get in your way this year. This is your moment and this is your year, and you must push forward if you want to have the hairline and it fully go. I see it not only Southeast, I see California, I see Texas, and I even see what is that space. I've never been there before. And I literally hear, listen, New Zealand, you can go international if you want to. Wherever you want it to go, it will go. Do not let anything
hard.
get in your way.
It's not hard. It's not unattainable. It's just discipline myself and putting that work in, you know.
Yeah,
It's
and
not
here's the
unattainable.
thing. You've been anointed to do what you're doing, and whom God called, God also equips. So you got everything you need. Everything you need. Oh my gosh, what is that Ty Tribbett song? Y'all know I always talk about songs and music on here. There's a song where he says, no, that is Kirk Franklin. It's a song called Bless Me, Bless Me. He says, you have everything you need. And by the time he's to the end of that song, he is screaming. Have you heard that song?
I haven't.
Yeah.
Send me that song so I listen to it, girl. Yeah, send me that. Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to you. And so I want to bring Kim back on, and we're gonna close this out together. Listen, look at God. This girl has come back and joined us. Thank you so much, my love. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Listen, I have thoroughly enjoyed you too. And it's very often when I finish the podcast, I'm like, oh, it's done. Tonight, I have energy flowing from my feet up to my knees. I can't even explain it. And so I have this little nervous bubbles in my stomach because I know this is only beginning of something great. I would love to I would enjoy inviting you two back. I can't even get my words. I'm so excited to have you both back. We're going to do what we call circle back around at the end of the month, and we're going to have everybody that's been on for the month to jump on and just kind of talk and chat and pour out from our souls and spirit. And I would love to have you two back to do that. But I just want to thank you both publicly for jumping on with me and sharing your life story, and being willing to just carve out time of your busy lives to be here with the rest of the world. And I'm going to say that, and I'm going to speak that in all of our lives for the rest of the world to enjoy and see and feast on in everything that we're going to do this year. And so I want to close out in a cute little, small little prayer and declaration, if that's okay with y'all.
Amen.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So God, we thank you. And I praise you, God, in all forms of your existence. And I will not limitate you to the words that I have to describe you. But I ask for continued blessing over these lives of the women who have come into this space, that the energy that flows here will never cease, and that we will only lift each other higher and higher and higher. And as we see each other go higher, we'll put our hand out to help lift higher. That nothing shall come in between this space to tear it down. And that we as women, as we balance what it is we do on a daily basis, that you will allow us to speak into the lives of all those who come into our grasp, to release them and let them go back out and do whatever it is you call them to do and be. In our God's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Y'all,
this is a wrap. Thank you
so
much. This was awesome. Thank you so much.
So welcome. Y'all are so welcome. Thanks,
Well
Kim.
done,
That applause.
well
Y'all just don't know.
Yes, very well done. Very well.
Y'all
very
just
well
don't
done.
know. Well, y'all did it. Okay, let me read the comments before y'all get off, because people have words for y'all. And I don't want y'all trying to scramble to read them later, and we're going to close out. So Darlene says, congratulations, sis. Coretta says, congratulations, and continue to share and be a shining star. Your gifted hands are blessings to others. Share your talents and you will win in 2024. Justina the chef says, good day, beautiful people. Kim says to you, who's here now, keep dreaming and keep striving. Carolyn says, awesome job. Claudine says, keep striving, queens. Great interview. And Coretta says, amen. So thank you all. Y'all be well. Bye, y'all. Love you. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you,
Bye.
Angel.
We'll
Welcome.
talk later, Angel. Thank you so much.
Bye
Y'all
bye.
have a blessed night.